All right, so we have the amazing Ish, the CEO, here with us today on the Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. How are you today?
What's up? What's up, guys? What's going on, Eli, Mike?
Hey, so
Hey.
excited, so
How's it
excited.
going, guys? You guys ready to get it in?
Let's
Oh,
go.
always
Awesome.
ready to get
Especially
it in.
with the bright blue area, it like got us lit today. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for inviting me. I just came out from Dubai
I heard.
to LA. I'm not a big fan of LA, but you guys make me feel welcome here. So, I had to pop in and show you guys some love. Appreciate it. So, guys, just before we start this podcast, this office is insane.
Thank you.
This
Thank
office
you.
is crazy. This is
Yeah.
like the real deal stuff, man. So you guys are crushing it. Look, I run a company, but I run like a 40-man operation. You guys have 300 people out here.
Yeah, it's a little insane.
Like, I don't know how the internals work on that. How does payroll work on that? But guys, hey, I can only imagine, right?
No,
We started growing so fast. So, about a year ago, we were
Jesus.
just right across the street.
Yeah.
And we were just growing so fast with Ambiance Realty, the mortgage guys, that we were like, we literally have to go bigger, go harder. So
Yeah.
we were like, let's get the whole
Kept
floor.
scaling, right?
And truly in real estate and lending and everything we do in this business, it's all about recruiting, hiring, training. And as long
Yeah.
as we put a lot of potential in that, it works
I
a
have
lot.
I have a really big question for you. How do you guys? California is competitive. Let's be honest here.
Absolutely.
How are you guys out competing your competitors? Like, you guys are scaling every single year, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yes.
What are you guys doing different from other people that are not scaling at the level you guys are scaling right now?
Yes.
So that's a lot of different things, right? First of all, the most important part is providing an understanding of knowing what this market is bringing out to people. The problem people have is
Knowledge.
it's definitely it's the knowledge, but you have to know how to talk to people in this market. It's not this easy market where you can just sell somebody something very
Mhm.
easily. You have to actually understand what they're going through, have a conversation, and be in their shoes. You have to actually understand. All right, hey, what are you going through? What are the result? What's the result? What are you looking for? And then together we'll get to that end result. Versus, hey, I got A, B, and C. Which one do you pick?
Gotcha.
It's not that market anymore. Now people are a little bit more scared. The recession's made people
Yeah.
less optimistic for opportunity.
100%.
And on top of that, what's worse is COVID made people even get more scared on doing anything. I mean, how many people now you see on the street are just kind of just getting by? They just
Yeah.
are okay with that.
Yeah. So I guess you could say, in a nutshell, you're basically saying that you're becoming best friends with your clients before ever selling
Absolutely.
something to them, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. And I mean, you're young, you're an investor, you're a buyer, so
Yeah.
I know you know a little bit about this world. But honestly, for us, also another thing, how we, outwork the other individuals,
Yeah.
realtors, lenders, it truly is, because if you really look up the statistics, it truly is a lender or a realtor. I believe they changed a little bit, but it's 55 plus,
Mhm.
white male.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything about that race or anything, but what I'm trying to say
No,
is,
yeah,
like,
you're right.
we are not 55, we are actually the younger set of realtors.
Right.
Do you guys
and
think that
lenders.
hurts you?
No, actually, us
actually,
having
not at
our
all.
youth and us having our knowledge and technology, having drive,
Yeah.
literally being up at 4 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
just outworking these other individuals who've been in the industry for years.
Yeah.
We basically go through
Right.
so many different seminars a year to learn real estate
Yeah.
and mortgages, and just the knowledge we have. Sometimes I feel like we're 55 plus, but we're not.
gotcha.
We're the younger, realtor, lender,
Exactly.
and that I believe right there is just showing everybody we can do the job and better than
That's
some of these
awesome.
people who've been in the industry for so long. 55
Right.
plus white male.
Right.
We're here to like change that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And-
Hispanic. And what's your
I'm Middle Eastern and Mexican.
Exactly.
There you
And,
go.
you're out here investing, super young,
Yeah.
buying it. I believe it's time to change the game. And with that mindset, I just think that that's what is, putting
No,
us up
absolutely.
against the rest.
Do you
right?
think it's always going to be 55-year-old white males, though?
I think as time trends forward, people will start adjusting their lifestyle. I think
You think
people are
so?
starting to feel more that real estate is really a really strong avenue for wealth.
Right.
So I feel like younger people, which is part of our expertise of bringing them in, and I'm sure, and I'm
Exactly.
going to ask you a question about yourself. Younger people are more open to new opportunities now versus back then the data wasn't so easily accessible.
100%.
So now it's kind of like you don't have to read a book to get knowledge. You can actually go on Google. You can talk to people. You can be on podcasts. You can get data from training from young entrepreneurs, and it's so much different with YouTubes and Googles and what else in social media now. It's insane. So you can get so much more there versus the 55-year-olds that were not doing things
Yeah,
like
55-year-olds nowadays are, what are they on? Google, reading the newspapers.
this. Yeah.
The people that are like kind of like us right now, we're on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're on Snapchat, we're on YouTube.
YouTube.
Exactly.
Swiping up, checking things out.
Correct.
And I feel like, with that has opened up a lot of doors for people,
Yes, it
including
has.
myself. Look, I would not be where I'm at right now without TikTok. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I made my first $1 million on Instagram, but I made my first multiple 7 figures on TikTok because I understand the platform.
Absolutely.
You know, and the thing about a lot of people that are older is that you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Absolutely.
As sad as that sounds, my dad still doesn't know what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't know what I
Right.
do, but she has a house that she's living in because of me, right? And she's
Right.
driving a car because of my marketing agency that she has no idea what does,
Right.
right?
Yes, exactly.
So at the end of the day, guys, we have to be realistic with ourselves, and we have to understand this. And it's like, you can't teach your old dog new tricks,
Mhm.
Right.
but I mean, you can open up new doors for them as well, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you being young and being an entrepreneur, a buyer, a owner,
Yeah.
you know, of multiple businesses. So,
Yeah.
you know, what are you looking for when you're looking for a real estate agent and a lender? Don't you want
Oh,
somebody,
I'll tell you right now.
you know, who has technology? Don't you
Yeah.
want somebody that, you know, I know you're working
Right.
with an amazing agent, Mr. Christian, and it's like, don't you want somebody who, when you call them, you're getting your property shown right there.
Yeah.
They're not scheduling you on the weekend. We're showing you right then and there. The lenders are giving you answers right then and there. But like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Because that's
Look,
that's
I'm
key.
telling you guys right now, I need someone because this is not my game.
Mhm.
Real estate's not my game. As much as I think it is, it's not the game I want to play.
Got it.
I want to play the game where I don't have to waste my time going back and forth with people on email chains and all this kind of stuff. I want stuff done for me at a very convenient level. That's just me
Perfect.
personally because I don't have the
Perfect.
time, right?
Correct.
I'm literally focusing on so many aspects and avenues. Look, I'm generating a lot of cash flow, right? Multiple 6 figures a month. But the thing about it is, I don't know what to do with the money because no one's really here to help me
Right,
out.
right.
Right? All the lenders, all the freaking mortgage brokers and everything like that, you know, they sit there and then you have to call them, email them, you know, they forward you a couple links, you check it out. It's a big process. It takes a lot of
Right.
time.
Yeah.
If someone found a way to shorten the process, cut all this, you know, BS, honestly, cut all this BS out and just be straightforward with the person. Be like, listen, this is 3 steps you got to do. Get these 3 steps done. We get you in a property. Honestly, if someone came up to me and said that to me, I would probably buy some real estate today.
Agree.
Honestly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
You know, that brings back the purpose of a lender having to underwrite and give you the results, right? So as an investor,
Yeah.
people that are looking to buy properties like yourself that don't really want to be in the game, but they want to know, hey, give me something that's going to make me money, and I just want to put it on the
Exactly.
side to continue working on my own business.
Exactly.
That requires underwriting, which means,
Okay.
hey, I'm going to do the math for you. Here's what your final cash on close or whatever the amount
Yeah.
might be, and here's the results. And then you'll be like, all right, this makes sense. How do we do it? Let's make it happen.
Exactly.
So I can understand where you're coming from because there's a lot of buyers that we have that don't really want to know how. They just want to know,
Like,
okay, just move it for me. Here's the money.
Exactly.
Do the work for me, and I trust you because trust is important.
It's very important.
And I've heard people always say, hey, you can't trust everybody 100%. You do still have to do some level of
Due
understanding of
diligence.
what you're signing
Yeah.
into. However, it's also good to have an expert that's going to actually lead you the right way
Yeah.
versus it's all about commission. Because the reality is it's not commission, it's a relationship because we value that more than anything. Truly.
100,000%, guys. You couldn't hit more better on the nail.
And I wanted to ask you too. Actually, you are 23 years old.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, right? So we run into a lot of youthful individuals that are in their 20s. And what drives you? Like, why are you doing so many businesses? You know, you have your Ish the CEO. You have other businesses in marketing.
Yes, sir.
How and why? What's your goal with that? What are you
To be
trying
honest
to do?
with you guys, like my ambitions are very, very strong. I always wanted to become filthy freaking rich.
Yes.
Mhm.
I just wanted to become rich.
Love it.
And I treat it like more as a video game. I'm not here to pretend like, you know, I'm super motivated or anything like that. If I can tell you, oh, I love waking up in the morning. I love
Right.
talking to prospects and doing
Right.
lead acquisition
Yep.
and doing this and that and shooting content. I could pretend like I love all that stuff, but do I know?
Right.
It pays my bills. It makes me money.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I treat it like a video game, right?
Wow, okay.
Every
that.
year is a level, and I'm
Nice.
continuously increasing my levels as I go.
Mhm.
And I want to become, you know, a really successful individual. And I feel like this is all a video game. I honestly, guys, subscribe to the simulation business model or the simulation life model,
Mhm.
where, like, sometimes I don't really feel like I'm even real. You know, it's hard to
Yeah.
even believe what I've accomplished at such a young age, and people are still at 55 years old dying.
Right.
And if you guys didn't even know, it costs $7,000 to die in America right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People don't have access to that money sometimes,
Yes.
you know? And I need money.
Right.
Right.
The world runs on money.
Yes.
If we do not have money in our pockets, our families don't get fed. Our daughters
Right.
and sons don't have diapers.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
And, you know, me managing a team,
Mhm.
it's not only for me anymore.
Mhm.
It's for my employees.
Right.
I go to war every day, not for myself anymore.
Mhm.
I have over, I'd say 50 to 60 people that depend on me every single month to perform at a very high level. It would be disrespectful for myself and for the entire army that I provide for, that if I do not show up and perform at a very high level. let's be honest here, guys.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Definitely.
If you guys decide to stop, performing at such a high level,
Right.
things are going to start deteriorating for yourselves, right?
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's more of a responsibility than a good feeling, right? It
Right.
feels good to travel and
Yes.
stuff like that, but my entire family is fed for the next 10 years before I ever touched a Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See, you know what's really good about what you said is you're 23. A lot of 23-year-olds right now are not thinking this way. They're like,
Right.
well, maybe when I'm 25 or 27 or 28, then
Yeah.
you're stuck in that routine where, well, now you're 40 years old and you still haven't done anything,
100%.
and your family's poor. You're going through this poverty lifestyle. It's that unfortunate part of not actually monetizing the way you use your minutes, the way you use your time. And being 23, we're not that old ourselves. We're still monetizing every single
Exactly,
minute and
100%.
training our people.
Yes.
And we love our people. We educate them because at the end, that's our automated process of earning our income. Obviously,
Exactly.
we're also creating different avenues of wealth from not
Yes.
just the real estate side. Obviously, we're working on other things on the educative
Yeah.
side. But there's a lot of things that you're bringing up to light where our viewers are going to see, hey, well, I'm 23. How come I don't have my life together? How come I'm not doing the extra steps? How come I'm not monetizing my minutes and looking at money in a way where, hey, I do need money. Obviously, it's not, we know that it's a hustle. We have to work hard. We can't
Yeah.
just, wake up and be like, oh, money's just going to come to me. You actually have to work hard and do it. But this action that you're giving out and people are seeing, it's like, wow, like I could really do so much and still.
I feel like a lot of people want to work hard. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of hard workers that are out there that are
Mhm.
doing their things,
Right.
right? The construction workers are the hardest people out there. They're laying bricks for a living, right?
Mhm.
There's no shortage of people that work hard in this world.
Right.
Right.
People just need to be guided in the right direction of where to go, right?
Right.
How to use your time.
Right.
And that's the one problem that people have is they don't know what door to go through
Mhm.
Right.
to make and maximize their time
Yeah.
and their effort.
And I think I literally agree with that. They need to be guided, and most people are guided thinking that they're living and God bless you working from 9 to 5 because you're working. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're guided in the wrong way. They think that it's the American dream to be working just
Yeah.
from 9 to
No,
5,
no.
get off work, and then
So
that's
sad.
it. You could work at McDonald's. Eli actually used to work at McDonald's.
Yeah, man.
And
Didn't you, wait a minute,
you
didn't you work at a supermarket?
I
before?
worked at
saw
a
that.
grocery store. I
I-
have
I
a
wanna
picture,
know about
Yeah.
that.
right?
Oh
The
my
first day
God.
as a grocery bag boy at a grocery store, my mom sit there and she said, "Take a picture, son. I'm so proud of you." Right?
Wow.
And I had my
Proud.
thumbs up like this, and I took
Yeah.
a little picture.
Oh, I saw that picture. Right
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there.
saw it
and-
on your gram.
And I love that picture.
Yeah.
I plaster it everywhere. Everyone's saying, "Why are you always posting that picture?" It just shows you where I come from.
Yep.
Yes.
I have a history.
Right.
I was just like the average individual. Didn't have no direction, no had purpose, no
Right.
money.
You're like a living example. Like you're
Yeah.
living your life. You're 23 years old. You get to have money. You get to dress the way
Yeah.
you want to, how you want to. You get to be you.
Exactly.
You get to have your businesses and but can you actually, basically you're not living the American dream is what I was trying to get to. But like tell us
Yeah.
what moment were you sitting there and you snapped in your head and you were like, you know what? I'm not going to live this American dream.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's a really good
You know?
question. Before that, though, I want to let you guys know one thing that Julius Caesar conquered half of the world at 22 years old,
Oh my God.
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
As soon as I heard that, I said, "What am I doing with my life? I'm a millionaire. Who cares?"
Yeah.
This guy conquered half of the earth at 22 years old, 1 year younger than me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People out there in history have done astronomical things with their lives.
Yeah.
Right?
Love that.
And we should be learning from people like that, powerful people that have done amazing things.
Yes.
And we should kind of humble ourselves sometimes and understand, listen, this world, we're only a fraction of what we can possibly accomplish
So
in this
true.
world. And I want to impact and
Yeah.
I want to, conquer half of the world too.
Right.
That's 4
Right.
billion people I want to get in front of.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
little different nowadays.
Mhm.
But to answer your question, to go back to your question, what clicked in my mind is that I turned 18. I never forget it. It was my 18th birthday, February 2nd officially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I celebrated my birthday, and I turned about 18, 19, and it was 2 a.m. I had a mental breakdown. I told myself, listen, what am I doing? What am I doing? What is going on? And I just was brainstorming for like 2 hours in tears. Literally, I'm not joking. In my room,
Yes.
figuring things out. And the first thing I said is, what are big companies doing that I'm not doing? Like, what are the most successful companies they're doing? I looked at Netflix.
Like
Okay.
you were just breaking down and trying to.
I had no mentorship, no YouTube
Yeah.
videos,
Like-
bro. It was like 2018, 2017. Wasn't a lot of YouTube entrepreneur gurus out there,
Right.
going out there and like giving out information like this.
Yes.
Nowadays, that's insane. But I just looked at big companies. I was like, what are these big companies doing?
Mhm.
What is Netflix doing that's generating them disgusting amounts of money,
Mm-hmm.
what is Amazon doing?
Right.
They got Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Netflix has a monthly subscription. I said, what can I do to get someone to pay me $50, $100, $200 a month?
Right.
And at that point, I was little good with social media. Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I had barely any followers, but I was good at what I did. I used to follow people really fast. I used to get 100 followers a day.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
the thing about it is, there was no regulation on Instagram back then, and I said, I'm gonna do this.
Yes.
I'm gonna find a way to get people to pay me for following and unfollowing on Instagram.
Wow.
Took 6 months. I had $0 coming in my bank. I could have quit any time.
No, of
I
course.
could have went back to the grocery store, asked
6
Rich,
months,
my
you
manager,
guys.
Yeah.
asked Rich, my manager, for a job back. I could have done that, right?
Wow.
I chose not to,
Wow.
Wow.
right? I had $0. I got scammed by some Forex doofus on Instagram, European 44-year-old weirdo
Yeah.
with one picture and 10 followers.
So many of them nowadays, too.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that there were scammers out there. So I got scammed,
Plenty of
lost
them.
all my money. I sold my car, 2003 Nissan Altima that had. was
And how long
hit on
ago
the
was
side. This was in 2018.
Oh my
All right,
Yeah.
so about 4 years. 4 years
Yeah.
ago. Damn.
This is an
So
amazing
the car broke and they gave me $1,100 for the car. I gave the Forex dude $1,100. I had $0. And then at that point, I had the brainstorming, the temper tantrum, or like the
Right.
mental trauma
Yes. Wow.
experience event. And then
Yes.
at that point, I tried. to
which
figure
we've
it
all
out.
had.
6 months of time, one person said yes. One person. And he was an artist. He was actually a rapper or something like that.
Wow.
He gave me $200.
Okay.
And at that point, my life changed forever. I realized it was possible,
Wow.
and I just rinsed and repeated. 4 years later, 3 years later, whatever,
Yeah.
I'm running a really big
You know what's
agency with
really
this.
interesting about what you just said? It took you 6 months for that sale, right?
6 months.
6
man.
months. So in real estate, in lending, it's right about the same time frame.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's just something in the ether or whatever it might be, but every 6 months, it tends to be where somebody new,
Yeah.
like yourself, when you started your business venture, it takes a couple months before you do hit the ability to start closing transactions and then
Yes.
feel, hey, this is my vice, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And we catch that very often. A lot of our salespeople are like, hey, how come I'm not closing anything? I've been
Exactly.
doing this for 3-4 months. Like, well, you haven't failed enough yet. You have to keep failing.
Exactly.
Once you hit 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, then you're going to start feeling that, hey, there's an impact here. I'm going to start earning some income, and maybe this is for me, or maybe it isn't.
100%.
You have
Obviously,
to have
you
that
continue
failure.
your route.
You have to have the failure, and you have to have the
Yeah.
breakdown, which
Do people come
You
to
know.
you guys and they're like, man, I'm not closing any deals. I don't think this is for me, and all that kind of stuff?
oh, people
my
come
God.
to us all the time like
All
that,
the
and we
time.
have to give them the talk about the 6 months.
Exactly,
Because,
right?
you know, it truly is. You have to keep pushing, and sometimes it takes that 6 months
But
threshold.
don't get me
and
wrong,
it's-
it's discouraging though.
Yes. But
It
this
is very
is
discouraging.
crazy. If
Yeah.
you just keep pushing, look at what happened with you, right?
Exactly.
And for me, you know, I was with a real estate partner who came to me, and within
Correct.
6 months of us working
Yeah.
together, we opened a transaction, and on that transaction, we helped the family. But that commission on that transaction was
Yeah.
$70,000. So
Exactly.
we made $35,000
Wow.
each. But it
Awesome.
took him 6 months of him sitting there
Right.
doing
Prospecting.
what I needed him to
Correct.
do, and putting in that hard work every
Yeah.
single day. And sometimes there's a little bit of doubt, but if you keep pushing, you can
Right.
literally make checks like that in real estate
Mhm.
and loans.
Yeah.
You know, with your own businesses that you're running.
Exactly. At the end of the day, guys, we have to realize this, that whoever's going to want to go get it, they're going to go get it.
Oh yeah,
Right? They're going to go
Definitely.
get it.
Exactly.
And not everyone's built to be someone that's so patient enough to wait 6 months for a commission check, right?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Sorry about
No, you're good.
Is that
That's just something we have to
Okay.
live with, right?
Right.
We can't help everyone.
Right.
And I have an educational platform where I help people start agencies as well. But they come to me, and sometimes they get in the program, and they're like, Ish, I'm not rich yet. You know,
Right.
it's been 2-3 months, like exactly
Mhm.
what you guys go through, exactly the same thing.
Right.
And it's just so sad to see people that invested into themselves already
Right.
are at that point, but just
Right.
don't have the motivation to keep going. And it really is
And-
discouraging.
And I have the chills because I literally feel you so
Yeah.
much. Like I feel like we're on the same
Yes.
wavelength right now, because I just was talking to Eli
Mhm.
today, and I was telling him, I was like, and I don't mean to say this, but what's wrong with people? Like, some people just don't want to work that extra mile, and it frustrates me. And
Yeah.
what he told me is what you just said, is that you can't help everybody.
Exactly.
And you know, I
Yeah.
guess like I just get so caught up in like I can help everybody.
I know.
Mhm.
I
You know,
have the
there's-
same problem.
I'm like, we have the blueprints. Like, the blueprints are right here. You can make this much money if you just do this.
Yeah.
And then the people don't do it, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, what am I supposed to do here? And he's
Exactly.
like, just like you said, you can't help everybody.
You can't
And,
help
and,
everyone.
you know, we have a cutoff in our business. So let's just say somebody was recruited, 6 to 8 months go by, we do cut them off. We at that point say, hey, you tried your best. It's just not for you.
Exactly.
Or maybe go get some more training, because we have to also monetize our time. Because imagine having somebody who's not closed anything for 6 to 8 months. At that point, you realize maybe there's not a lot of effort. They're not utilizing their time correctly. Because time management is very important. This is a key component in closing sales, because it's important for you to say, hey, if you're going to close this transaction, maybe it's a little different in your marketing field. But for real estate, maybe you only spend 2 to 3 hours on a transaction. What do you do for the rest of the day?
Right.
You just sit around and hope that transaction closes, or do you go up there and go battle against more transactions and go get more people to close the deals? So it's all that extra time that people don't visualize and think that it's easy, because they see Eli and Mike doing it. They see Ish doing it. Oh, how come I'm not rich like Ish? How come I'm like Eli and Mike and I've been doing it for 6 months or a year or 2 years? It's because they're not using their time correctly, No
one's using their time correctly nowadays. And sometimes I feel like I'm not even using my time correctly. I'm the most hardest worker on planet Earth. And the thing about it is, I honestly firmly believe that I work like around, I'd say 14 hours a day. And then I sleep the rest. And then I breathe for the rest. And I feel like my time's not monetized or not used properly sometimes. And I'm thinking for the people that are sitting there watching Netflix, binge watching all these shows. I don't even know what they're called, but these weird shows out there. What is it called? Money Heist, or I don't even know what that is.
God.
But they're watching all these shows out there. And I'm like, wow, they have literally 40, 50 minutes to watch per show. Watch a whole season a night, man. That's crazy. So, no, but think about it. People like us, right? We value our time so much. You have to kind of break down how much your time is worth to give to someone, an individual. And what I've learned is to outsource very, very effectively. Because look, at the end of the day, guys, I don't want to be a slave, right?
Of course.
You could be a millionaire, a guy that's making $10 million a year, but if you are still having to show up to your office and work for a living, you are still a slave. I don't care what you say. And I'm a slave right now. I'm be honest with you guys. I am a slave. But the thing about it is, guys, if you find a way to delegate and empower your team to go out there, do the same amount of work for you without you having to go out there and hustle and bustle, that's when you made it. That's when you made it, but look, at the end of the day, like, I just have that ego inside of me that I can't sit there on a beach. I really can't. I'm continuously thinking of how to go from 10 million. Why am I satisfied at 10, right? What is 10? What is 10 when other people are making 100, right? So I'm super competitive. I need to crush, right? So, I mean, just realistically, I'm in a continuous cycle between myself, is that I want to have other people and outsource my work, but at the same time, I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. And I just want to come in and just build more and more and more. So I'm just really at that cycle where I'm wanted to outsource, but at the same time, I still want to work because I want to make it bigger and better. But at that point, you're fighting and battling with yourself internally at that point. It's a really... People that watch this podcast and they understand this, only a few, like 1% of the people that will watch this podcast will understand that. But the people that do, they'll understand what I'm talking about here.
Especially when you're younger like you, because like you just probably you're just like all in. You know what I mean? You're so young, like you have so much to go. I'm 32. I have a couple of years ahead of you, but like legit being so young like that, you're gonna want to create and build. And
you want to know the craziest part? I know people that are millionaires at 17.
That's so amazing.
I know multiple of them.
So amazing.
Of course.
And I feel like I'm old.
Okay, you made me feel better.
I feel like I'm old.
Feel better.
These
oh my God.
dweebs on TikTok. I know a lot of these guys, man.
True.
Andrew, this is for you. But listen, this kid named Andrew, right? He was in the Bible.
Love you, Andrew.
Andrew, I love you. This is my brother. This is my brother. But we met him on I met him on Instagram, kind of like how you guys. But I didn't know this guy was really taking off like that. 17. He started his business at 14, right? This guy is a G. So I thought this guy was BSing, right? He came to me, cool guy. I thought he was like a BS. Like, he's just kind of one of those gurus online that's that's a fake flexer, right?
Yes.
Then I started talking to him. And people like us, we know how to talk to people. We can sense the BS from a mile away.
Right.
The guy didn't BS. Like, I asked him, what's your Zapier integrations looking like? Boom. He said, XYZ ABC 1 2 3. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so what CRM are you currently using? What kind of plugins are you using? Boom, boom, boom. 1 2 3 ABC. I was like, gee, this guy's 17. I thought he was BSing, bro. This guy actually had the real side. And at that point, we became best friends. He told me his numbers. This guy's a verified 7-figure. I'm like, whoa, right? And at that point, I had that existential awakening. Of me understanding, like, whoa, I thought I was successful. There's kids that are 17 years old doing the numbers that I'm doing right now. And it's just insane. This world is crazy, guys. this world is
when you
crazy.
consider the fact that you said he's 17, it's because right now a lot of people have a hard time accepting the technology, how advanced it's gotten.
Exactly.
And when you can implement those tools and
100%.
resources to make your business better and fly better, I mean, TikTok, I mean, that's insane. I didn't know about that existence. So didn't it just open up about 2 years ago or something like that?
Just
I mean, people are becoming millionaires, billionaires very quickly, a lot
Yeah.
faster nowadays because they're utilizing
look at
technology.
this Andrew Tate
But,
dude, man.
I mean,
let's
it's
talk
insane.
about millions. So, like for you, you know, most young people are not even some young people, celebrities, sports stars.
Mhm.
You know, they do make millions, and you know, they just go about their daily lives, and they don't realize that it's time to invest. They don't realize they have to have a return on investment. And we see these, you know, individuals
Yeah.
on the news, and they don't have
Yeah.
nothing left. You know, you're
We see all
only
the time.
23 years old, right?
Right.
And you know, when did that moment come up where you're like, I need a return on investment. I
Yeah.
need to be taken care of. I need to be the one with the white glove going into these
Exactly.
places and,
Right.
you know, checking the dust because I
Exactly.
don't want to be working anymore. I don't want to be working so hard because, you know, these stars, sometimes they work so hard all these years, right? And
Yeah.
then at the end, their money is not managed, and a couple
Exactly.
of years it's gone. You're 23 years old and you're already managing your money, creating businesses. This is amazing, guys. I want to hear this from you.
Yeah.
I have a full-time accountant, first of all.
Oh my God,
Good.
love it.
And the
Very
guy's amazing. He works for me like
Oh,
around
you
8
have
hours a day.
full-time
I have
account.
I have a
Yeah,
full-time
love that.
accountant.
Okay, so that's one secret.
Yeah,
there.
so I have an HR, manages my entire payroll, pay slips, everything like that. He handles, I have a floor manager. So basically what I'm trying to say with all this, guys, is I have a lot of really cool supporting units behind me that are helping me lead this army, right?
Got it.
I have generals, commanders, all these people that are part of my team.
Love it.
And we all go to war together, right, every day. But they are the ones that give me the reports now. I'm at the point where I'm actually not having to work too hard to find out where to put my money and everything like that. Accountant, he really gives me all the numbers and everything like that. What my expenditures are, and he handles all my books and stuff like that. I have around 6 LLCs. And multiple different credit cards on each of the LLCs.
Yeah.
It's insane. So he handles all the accounting, invoicing, and all that processing and all that kind of cool stuff. So to be very honest with you, investing is something that I just recently got into, like I'd say 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. Because before that, man, let's be honest here, guys, I wasn't making super significant income, right?
Right.
Because there's a lot of expenditure when it came down to it. But right now, like the cash flow is insane. My profit margin per marketing package or whatever is 90% because I sell an automation software. It's a SaaS company.
Congrats. That's so amazing.
It's
I
called a
love that.
software as a service company where we sell
okay.
a monthly subscription for a software and a business uses it to automate whatever they're doing, right?
Got it.
So for example, if Sally, Smith, and Kevin, these are 3 workers for a dentist, they're working for a dentist, and we tell the dentist, why you have these 3 workers when we can do the job twice as fast for twice as cheap? Don't believe me, test it out for a month. If you like it, fire Sally, Smith, and Kevin, right? And at that point, the people listen. People like what we have to say, and they buy into what we got. And long story short, we keep them on a 12-month retainer and just, scale it up from there and upsell them on different type of services and stuff like that. But I'm so sorry. What the question was?
Oh no, so basically, I think you answered it. So I
you
think
answered it, yeah.
you know you're guided correctly. I
Yeah.
believe is what is here. The accountants are guiding you.
Yeah.
Your HR,
You have your army,
everyone.
which is
Your
exactly-
army is there to guide you, and
I'm nothing without them.
And you know, you like created that. Some people won't go out there and get that army, which then, like I said, they end up with those people with money, not managed. And then what did they have to show after all these years of hard work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you said, you don't have to go all these years with all this hard work if you just delegate correctly.
Exactly.
You know, you have the right army.
And I think the biggest issue is a lot of people don't want to give a little bit of their power to their people, so they
100%.
hold it all
That was
together.
the biggest problem I had.
Oh yeah,
Biggest problem I had was I was a perfectionist. I wanted to do everything myself. I
Oh, we're
hated
exact-
the fact that I had to give other people my leads, my fresh leads that inquired
That's
and
exactly
opted in.
who we are right now. We're like, oh my god, I
Jesus.
just gave somebody this $1 million lead. What am I doing?
What am I gonna do giving it to this guy?
Yeah.
But at some point, look, these employees, these people are a reflection of you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
They-
if you can't trust your team, if you can't trust the person that you gave in a
Right.
job to, why are
Absolutely.
you hiring them in the first place?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to hire someone that I can't sit there and go to another country, go somewhere else, and have that guy not be trusted.
Right.
Anyone in my office is trained. I've trained a lot of sales agents. I have a course just when you come into my agency, and you have to go through my course and graduate my course just to sit in my office.
Amazing.
So people need to go out there and finish that. And if they go through my course and they pass on my screening test and, actually do their jobs on a high performance. And I have a data scientist, by the way, that tracks every single one's KPIs in my office.
Amazing.
So I know when someone's below the median average, below the 10 percentile. I know everything.
Right.
Perfect.
So we are having those conversations with those people,
Mhm.
and we're telling them, listen, you need to increase your productivity, increase your conversion, or else it's the boot, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the thing about it, is that I gave the power to someone else to do that work for me, and now I just get a report once a day. This is the numbers for each of the sales closers, the appointment setters, the lead accelerators. I have all the system already built. So, long story
Love
short, we got really corporate here, but boys, guys, listen. At the end of the day,
Yeah, that's good.
You know, a lot of people on TikTok have to say a lot about me, right? They have a lot of things to say. Oh, this guy has blue hair. This guy's 23, doesn't know anything. You know,
God.
he's running around. He's a dork. You know, but realistically, you guys only see what I allow you to see.
Right.
They're not seeing the internals of my company, and I keep it very secure, right? Because if I show my internals, my strategy, people are gonna copy it like that, bro.
Yeah.
I have 3-4 people that are my competitors now,
Mhm.
and guess what? They copied my exact agency.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making.
And we know you're
multiple
watching,
six
so
figures.
hi.
Yeah.
to you,
Yeah,
by the way.
they're watching.
You know,
they're watching out there.
You got a couple of secrets today, but just
You know, and I love the fact that you I was reading a little bit about your coloring your hair,
Yeah.
that you do it for kind of the purpose of separating yourself from other people.
100%.
And I'm exactly the same way. I color my hair for the same reason. I had
Right.
somebody,
Big
and I don't know
A.
if this person is watching, but I'm going to give you a story. I had somebody that I took out to dinner one day,
Yeah.
and I asked him, "Hey, how can I help better service your business?" And his first answer was, "If you change your hair back to normal,
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
I'll work with you again." And you know
Jesus.
what I said? I think this ends our meeting, because that he just told me that I need to be somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's exactly why I still continue doing my hair. I've had other people in our business tell me
Wow.
the same exact thing, because to them that's the norm. Oh, just be normal.
Yeah,
Like,
just be
no,
normal, right?
normal. What is normal today? There is no normal.
Right?
Normal is
Yeah,
actually
go look at our Instagram or TikTok after this. You'll see our colored Tesla. It's actually the same color as
our
the
colored
CEO's
Ferrari.
hair.
I mean, everything's
So
insane.
trust me, this color is in because our
Yeah.
Tesla's the same color, because we like to be different. We like to
Absolutely.
show
Yeah.
people we're not the same. I will show up to showings in our rainbow colored Tesla, in our chrome blue colored Tesla,
It's a
and
conversation starter.
oh my
right?
gosh, like,
100%.
I mean,
everybody
we had
loves it.
we had Paris Hilton go in our Ferrari because of how shiny the car was.
yeah,
I mean,
that
it's
story is
insane.
so crazy. We
Loved
literally, I mean, some people just sent pictures of our Ferrari to her, and she's like,
Wow.
"Pick me up in that Ferrari,"
Wow.
just because she saw a picture of our Ferrari, because we were a little bit extra, because our Ferraris, it's chrome green. I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have said that,
I see
but it's
it.
chrome green, and,
Yeah.
and we're different,
That's the best part, guys, is that the world works. The world works in a mysterious way where, even if you are getting bad attention
Mhm.
from online presence, even if you're getting that bad interaction, the algorithm is gonna push you, man, and
Of
that's
course.
the coolest part. And the thing I want to touch bases back on the person that said to change the color of your hair,
Yeah.
the guy wasn't going to work with you in the first
Of
place. He
course.
was giving you an excuse
He
to
actually
disappear,
isn't.
right?
Matter of fact.
He wanted to find one slight reason to not have to work with you, and he used your hair,
Absolutely.
right? Not knowing
Yep.
that you had multiple decades of experience,
Mhm.
expertise, and results to prove what you already been doing.
Yeah.
The guy said, "I don't like your hair," right?
Right.
Is that a guy you want to work with? Probably not.
Correct.
So, I mean, I get a lot of complaints too about my hair. People don't take me seriously, but
Mhm.
the thing about it is that I have so many clients and prospects. I have backlogs of people trying to work with me. It's just that, do I care about the 10% of people that matter or that
Absolutely,
care about
yeah.
my brand or my color of my hair? Probably not.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, it's a conversation starter. It's something that people relate to, and I have a very cool strategy, by the way. What we do is we run TikTok ads, and I have my face in the videos specifically for the hair, and it's all subliminal. It's all like a marketing strategy. So when my callers talk to these people, and let's say the lead gets a little cold, and the guy doesn't remember, boom. The go-to is, remember the guy from TikTok with the blue hair? Boom!
There you go.
90%
Easy to remember,
conversion.
right on it. There you go.
100%.
Perfect.
And we back tested this too.
Yeah.
We said either ask them the guy with the CEO hat or the guy with the blue hair. The guys say the people said, like the caller said, it converts way better when you say the guy with the blue hair.
It does.
Now I can't change his hair color.
There you go.
Now I
Perfect.
can't change the hair color.
And for record, he does his own hair. So.
yeah, no,
There
I
you
do
go.
my own hair. I got no
amazing.
time, man. I got no time.
So-
I can't sit there in a salon for 6 hours, man.
So I have a deep question for you. So
Yeah, go for it, man.
2023 is just a couple days away.
Oh my god, yeah.
What is your goal next year? Like,
Jesus.
are you
Do
looking
guys
at
wanna know
adding
my
new
honest
business?
opinion
or-
about goals?
Yeah.
Honest.
I don't
Let's
believe
go.
in goals. And let me
So
explain why.
what's-
Let me explain why.
explain.
It's a very, very, very controversial opinion, but I think that goals limit you in a sense that once you achieved a goal, because I've achieved every single goal I've made yet so far, and one thing I haven't got is a 6-pack, which we'll shove that under the rug.
This year.
But basically, a goal is a limiting factor of you saying that if I accomplish this, I receive this, which is gratification. I'm not here to limit myself. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. Why am I putting a goal? Why am I saying I want 10 million, I'm good at 5 years, when I just work really hard every single day, and if I hit 20 million, 30 million, or 7 million, I gave it my all every single day. So I have a daily goal of just making sure I optimize very, very, very efficiently, and I work really hard. But my goals I don't have anymore. I feel like if you put a goal on yourself, you're basically putting a ceiling on yourself, saying if I hit the ceiling, I'm good.
Right.
I can't do it. And I like the fact that other people say, okay, they put a bigger goal.
Yeah.
But then the thing about it is it gets overwhelming for yourself, and then you're going to get anxiety, and you're not hitting your goals, right?
Great
Got it.
concept.
Right? So me personally, I don't believe in goals.
Definitely.
I don't need them.
Definitely.
Because I have a reason, I have a why that I'm rich. A lot of people say how to get rich. Not a lot of people say why to get rich. My why is, like I told you before, my army, my people that depend on me. I can't lose.
Right.
I can't lose.
Right.
So that's my personal opinion on goals. But 10 million doesn't sound bad. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Okay.
10 million doesn't sound
10
bad,
mil.
right? We have a system, we have a strategy, we will have a game plan.
Yeah.
Got it.
And but like I said before, I'm not gonna sit there and get mad at myself if I did not hit the number or if I did hit the number.
Got it.
I'm a stoic. Do you guys know what stoicism is?
Explain.
It's very simple. Think of it as the cup half empty, cup half full,
Right.
glass half empty, glass half full.
Yes.
People that are stoics, they don't believe the glass half empty or glass half full. That's a pessimistic or optimistic viewpoint of life. We look at the cup as it is. We look at the cup as it is, and it's half empty and half full, right? And we logically find out how to increase the volume in that cup. Boom. That's it. That's what stoicism is.
Yeah.
So when you are very happy or very, very sad,
Yes.
you're not. That's the thing. Stoicism is a fact. It's a principle. It's I guess you could say, belief model of you not having to feel things too much. You know? You believe that
I like that.
you are where you are,
Yes.
and now let's logically find out how to get better than where we are right now.
I like that.
There's no emotion with me. My team, when we make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a day, my team comes, hey, let's do a pizza party. Let's do this. Oh my God, Israel, why aren't you happy?
Right.
I'm like, well, the job's not finished. Let's do 100 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Why are we satisfied, boys?
Yes.
Let's get to the next level. It's
Exactly.
10x this now.
Let's keep
Exactly.
going. Yeah.
And I have to keep letting them know, and
Right.
they don't understand it, right? They're they're the team members, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I
at
know
the
what
end
you
of the
mean,
day,
right.
guys, I have this burning desire
Yeah.
to never be satisfied, and I learned that from Kobe Bryant. Tim Grover, it's an amazing book.
Oh, yes,
Yep.
love
It's called
that.
Relentless. It's an
Yeah.
amazing book. I definitely
read it.
encourage you guys to read it. That's an amazing book, and it tells you guys to never be satisfied with where you are.
Absolutely.
And be hungry.
Yeah. No,
You know.
he's our great friend, and he tells
Really?
us that every time we
Yeah.
see him.
That's awesome.
He mentions that, and we like go home shaking because we're like,
This
we
guy's
need to
the G.
just like
Yeah.
keep going, like we're and he tells it to us right to our face. So he's like-
Oh wow,
We're like,
dude!
okay, we're
hey.
taking
And
it,
That's
we're
insane,
taking it.
dude. That's
He's
insane.
amazing.
Tim Grover's amazing.
But you know what? I have another question actually, if that's okay for you.
Yeah, for sure.
So then, for 2023, or not even just 2023, what for you as somebody so young, somebody who gets to do you, you like I said, dress how you want. You have companies, you have properties, you have investments.
Yeah.
What excites you about the future?
Artificial intelligence. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I probably don't need any more employees within 2 to 3 years, because I don't know if you guys have heard of ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
stuff's taking over
Gary
the world,
was
man.
talking about that.
This stuff's taking over the world,
Right.
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is going to be the next thing to go crazy. Look, I just watched a
Yeah.
video earlier from Alex Hermosi, and this guy was
Right.
telling you that you can run a multiple 7-figure business through ChatGPT. How?
Yep.
You ask them to build ad creatives. You ask them to build the copywriting. You ask them to build a copy for the website. You ask them to build a copy for the landing page. You ask them to build a copy for the scripts for the ads that you're going to run for the for the whatever you're selling, your service,
Right.
product, offer, whatever. The entire thing can be built off a artificial intelligent robot.
It can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, why do I need to hire a content writer when my Chat GPT can do the job for her, right? Now, that's going to get scary.
Yes.
At that point, things are going to get at a very high level,
Right.
and I'm terrified to see where it's taking me, but at the same time, super excited.
So
Yeah.
exciting, right?
It's going to be the reason a lot of people go jobless,
Yeah.
but it's also going to be
True.
creating the most entire wealth that we ever seen in this world.
Mhm.
It's going to create generational wealth. Multiple
Correct.
millionaires are going to be made out of this artificial intelligence program.
Definitely
It's-
for those that tap into it for
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah, we have to be able to pivot and
Yeah.
move along with the
Yeah.
times that we're in. We're in a we're in a technology revolution.
Right now.
We are lucky to be in this technology revolution. We
The
should
people that
take
adopt
this.
it are the people who are going to win.
Exactly.
Yep.
People are going to adopt it.
Exactly.
Right?
So adopt it, because truly there's two places, I believe, and this is what I heard from an amazing friend of ours as well, Mr. Bobby Castro. He's a millionaire, billionaire.
Yeah.
And, he says there's only going to be two islands left in the end, and there's no middle class anymore.
Yeah.
It's literally only the poor and it's only the rich.
Everything, yeah.
Choose your island, and I'm not saying, like, okay, like rich people are going to be here. You could be on that island if you want to as well, but you have to work for it. You have to pivot. We're in that technology revolution, and we have to be able to learn technology. And if you don't want to, then unfortunately you might not be there.
Because artificial intelligence, what it's going to do, it's going to reduce the middle class. Why? Because it's going to reduce all those jobs that the middle class are using right now to make money.
Correct.
Because now a robot can do the work for you, and that's what I have an automated agency for.
Yeah.
Guys, think about it right now.
Exactly.
We're removing the employment, we're removing payroll for people's businesses, and then charging them half the price of what an employee can do. An employee has, depression, they have bills, they got their cars flat, they're sick, their stomach hurts, food poisoning, all this stuff,
Family
right?
issues, yeah.
Everything.
A robot can do this job 24/7 without having to work, without having to freaking breathe or
Correct.
ask for a break.
Literally.
Like, the job is done, right?
Yes.
And this is this is why I'm so freaking successful, is because I learned how to adopt the use of these softwares and technology before anyone else has. It's a blue ocean market for me.
Yeah,
I'm taking
absolutely
over,
is. Yeah.
right? So the people that innovate with artificial intelligence, the first people, they're gonna be the most richest people. Don't miss this.
Exactly.
Don't
Agreed.
miss this. This is the time to learn. Open up YouTube. It's
Correct.
freaking free. ChatGPT is a free software. Guys, there's
Seriously
no
is,
excuses.
yeah.
There's no
I was
excuses.
literally
It's
doing this
literally
last
free,
week.
bro.
No excuse.
Yeah.
It's
And
literally free.
it's scary, like you said, but it's so exciting. Like, literally, like, you guys should be scared, but be excited as well, because, like you said,
Absolutely,
the people
yeah.
who tap in,
Are gonna the people
it's
that are
over.
gonna just
Literally,
take over the
like,
world, man.
We're taking over the world, everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm serious, but yeah, no. To be honest with you guys, what else I'm looking for 2023? I just want to, like I said before, guys, scale my team. I'm already really good. I'm where I need to be.
Right.
I'm just trying to add fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are too. You guys are already good where you want it to be. You just need to add fuel to the fire.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know your direction. You know your purpose. It's not like you're gonna change into another field and go into crypto or something like that.
Right.
Design an NFT. No, you don't need to do that. You guys know what you're good at. Dial in.
Right.
Add fuel to the fire. Figure out how to 10x what you're doing right now. Add a zero to everything else you do. Okay.
And a lot of your fuel is going to be technology, correct?
Exactly. 100%. And you can optimize, right? You can optimize. Find ways to automate.
To add to that, and I think a lot of the viewers should know that right now, this new year, the biggest thing people should capture is educate, learn as much as you can in technology. Not necessarily reading old books, but maybe read into new data, new information that you can, and plug yourself in with people like Ish, even ourselves, Eli and Mike, and research more about what we're doing to help advance our careers, our businesses, our relationships. The coin now is really how many people's hands you shake, how many people new you meet, what new technologies you can use to replace certain old methods of working your capital. There's so many different things and techniques that you can do instead of following the old model that it's like what your parents used to do. What maybe even 4 years ago, that's an old model. I mean, last year's an old model. So there's so many new models of ways of technology you can implement to make and earn new kinds of income. Right. Not to mention 2024, 2025, everything's going to change again. And it's all about being able to pivot, monetize that, and then be able to reflect on it, and then, okay, let me find new ways of creating new income, because you always have to keep changing and changing.
I feel like real
every
estate's
single
going to
year.
use automation really well.
Oh my God, it's going to come even,
man.
and it's going to get scarier, because imagine once you remove the agent or you remove the lender.
It's over.
And we're in this business, so obviously we're utilizing our
but
techniques
listen,
to
if
get
you
there.
can come in and provide value to the organization
Correct.
you're working with, right? And you can be like, hey, I can run an automation script that's going to help you lead accelerate, lead nurture.
Absolutely.
100, 200 leads. And do it at a very high ratio, which your top, recruits out here in this office can't do. Watch me do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you come in and you say, hey, I'm going to do the job 10 people are doing. What are you going to pay me for it, though? Boom,
Right?
Yeah.
You're providing so much more value.
You pivot.
If someone came to me and said that to me, that guy's a dangerous asset to me. I'm willing to pay what this guy is going to say.
Right.
The money's on the table for this dude. So
course.
if you come in, like I said, adopt the principle of automation into what you're doing
Correct.
and offer it as a service to the people you're working with, that's going to be a scary asset. No one's going to freaking fire you because you bring so much money and value to a company or organization. That's
So
what we
true.
do.
Yeah.
People
So
hire
true.
us on,
Right.
and then they can't leave us.
Yeah.
Because if they leave us, they go back to the old traditional way of doing business, and they're not down for that anymore.
Exactly.
So we
It's so
open up their
true.
eyes, open up their third eye, and now they're stuck with us, right? That's why it's such a good system.
Yes.
And it's insane, guys, where we are heading to, and we have to be ready as individuals, whether you're 55 or 40 or 10.
Right. Exactly.
You coming in, it doesn't matter at this point. You are not going to be on the phones anymore. You're not going to have to take sales call anymore.
Right.
Automation, if you know how to
The
use it
computers.
to your advantage, anyone could be freaking behind the camera, the iPhone,
Yes.
and making money. I have this guy, he's
Very
scamming
true.
all my followers right now. He's impersonating me.
Oh, wow.
It's
Oh, wow.
insane,
Oh,
and
wow.
he's a Nigerian. I know he is, because I forgot the password on his Instagram account. It
Oh,
said
shit.
+234 number,
Wow.
and that's the area code or country code for Nigeria. And I found out this guy's making over $10,000.
No way.
Yes, I looked at his
Wow.
wallet ID, so he's doing a crypto scam pretending to be me.
Wow.
The guy's making 10 G's a month.
Wow.
Am I mad at him?
Wow.
Yes.
Right. Right.
But the thing about it is, he
Yeah.
found a way to make money online. And I can be, this is a very controversial statement, but this guy's a scammer. I'm okay
Yeah.
with him scamming my audience. It's because these guys, if they're dumb enough to listen to a guy that's going to send him a crypto link from Nigeria,
Exactly.
and you're going to
Right.
buy things from it, you deserve to get scammed, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
No, wait, that happened to us too. We have Elon Mikes, like some
Exactly.
weird things, and people
Really?
talking about
Yeah.
crypto.
It's
Like, okay,
bad. And
Yeah.
they are targeting all the people that are
Yes.
following me, and they're getting them
Yeah.
to pay money.
that's right.
And the thing about it is, guys, he's using an automation tool. And I figured it out too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I plugged into his Instagram. I have a cool auditing software. And it just so happened that he's using this software that's literally every single time a person follows me, it notifies him and it follows that specific person off his Instagram account too. It's crazy.
Wow.
But this guy, he's probably doing it with 10 other people.
Wow.
10 other
Damn, man.
people, 10
Monetizing on
other
the
people,
lie.
influencers,
Yeah.
scamming all their followers and just
Wow.
taking over the
Oh my
game.
gosh, I
You know,
can
I got a
imagine.
call from a dude. He said, "I paid you $3,000. What's the next step?" I'm like, "What do you mean you paid me $3,000? Send me a screenshot." It was a Nigerian guy scamming him on
Wow.
TikTok. So long
That
story
is
short, guys, you
insane.
have to. Like I said at the end of the day, guys, they deserve to get scammed at that
Right.
point, right? If you're not going to do your due diligence, just please,
They're
you know,
putting in the work and
No, that
they're
makes
putting
a lot
in the
of
work that other people weren't able,
You know?
that they didn't want to, right?
But
So
I
I'm not
actually,
mad at
I want to
Yeah.
talk about putting in work. So like you literally have, we talked to you the other day, you were in Pakistan, and
Yeah.
then like 2 days, 3 days later, you were in Dubai.
Yep.
4 days later, you're here in Los Angeles. You're actually about to take a flight somewhere. I won't
To-
say where it is,
yeah.
but you're about to fly out right now
Yeah.
after this podcast. So like, what gives you that energy, like every day, to just go from country to state to flying
Yeah.
here, flying there, doing podcasts with
It's
people?
tough.
Like, where is this energy coming from?
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, Julius Caesar conquered the world at 22. What is my excuse? Oh, I have to fly on a metal tube for 2 hours,
True that.
3
true
hours, you
that.
know?
Yeah.
So
So
true.
I'm not mad at myself for working hard. You can't be.
No.
And the reason I'm flying around and doing things is because I have a network and I have to kind of build and
Right.
network with people like
Yeah.
you guys, right?
Putting
You know,
in the
having
work.
that
course.
initial
Putting in the-
introduction, right, exactly.
you know?
Having that initial introduction with
Yes.
you guys is going to open up doors for me as well, and as well for you.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
I'm willing to sit there and risk my youth and travel to places and meet people
Yeah.
Mhm.
because I know it's going to impact you and us in the
So
future
true.
going forward.
So
and I'm
true.
okay with that.
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
Yes. yes.
Because, like I said before, my army's working, right?
Right.
I'm
Mhm.
okay with traveling and doing things out there in Pakistan, Dubai, LA, Miami, wherever I want to go. And, in Vegas, I have a lot of people out there, the network out there,
Yes.
going to be doing a podcast out there. So
Great.
at the end of the day, guys,
Mhm.
I just want to influence people. I don't
Of
work for
course.
dollars anymore. I work for influence. I work for. Do you guys know what Maslow's hierarchy of needs is, by any chance?
No.
Go
It's
ahead.
very simple. It's a triangle. Like, you guys probably learned it in
Okay.
school, but
Okay.
basically, what the first level of the Maslow hierarchy of needs is, it's your food, your shelter, your warmth.
Mhm.
You as a human being, what you need to exist.
Yes.
Second thing is love, family foundation.
Very
Third step,
important.
third level, it's a triangle, it's a
Yes.
pyramid. Third level is money, fulfillment, a life, luxury, all that kind of stuff. The fourth pyramid, or like the fifth, the top piece is self-actualization, and that's where I am right now. You
Mhm.
have everything. Everything is covered, right? Everything is good. You have a family, you have a love, you have money,
Money.
financial, comfort and everything like that. Now, self-actualization is where you are as an individual.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do on this earth that's gonna build you and build you a legacy? Think about it for a second, guys. Don't you talk to these rich people, like for example Tim Grover. You guys just name dropped him over there. But the thing about that guy is that, do you think that guy sits around and works for money anymore? No, he's trying to impact
He's
millions.
just doing major influencing for
He
sure.
just wants to influence society.
Mhm.
At some point, you guys want to leave a mark. This is our
Yes.
human instinct.
Yes.
Like, look, for example, all these people like Genghis Khan. You think this guy is working for money?
Yeah.
He's trying to influence and be that guy that people will write in history books.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. You think he cares about the money?
Right.
This guy's dropping 40 G's,
Buying
40
Twitter.
bill for Twitter. This guy doesn't care. He's trying to
Yeah.
impact the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
And people that have a lot of money, we're just trying to impact people.
Exactly.
Everything
Makes
of our
sense.
life is are covered,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely.
Family, security, everything,
Yes,
job.
yes,
You know,
So true.
we're good.
Right.
So now that's what I'm doing is I'm
Love
working
that.
for impact. I don't work for dollars
that.
anymore, right?
That's
And
so.
we can
That's so
second that,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, we could totally second it. We're totally into the influencing around our circle. We're all
Right.
about building relationships.
Exactly.
We are monetizing our systems and our team. We're still involved in the business a little bit, unfortunately, but we are building and we're going to continue controlling that.
No,
and
I like
scaling
money.
that.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, absolutely, and,
Right.
and that's going to be all about monetizing our time.
Yeah,
but
we
we're
love
doing
money.
that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? But
Of
we
course.
love money, but at the same time, we do it to impact other people, to help
Yeah.
people.
I want to know you guys' opinion. Did you guys go to college?
I did.
Okay, so I'm not. That's not nothing bad. I just want to
Of
know
course.
what's your opinion about college. Let's say there's a kid out there watching this video, and he wants to go to college. What would your opinion be to this individual that's going to go out there and get a literature or a philosophy degree or a psychology degree
Love
out
it.
there, do 4 years of freaking bachelor's, and then get his master's degree in
If you,
psychology?
this is
We'll
definitely.
let, we'll let Eli answer this,
Yeah.
but before he does, just know that we do have a daughter who is 19 years old, who was about to go to college, but
Okay.
Yeah. So controversial answer, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it. So the answer to me is I think college has one true source of purpose.
Okay.
It's aside from the government collecting money and
Yeah,
all that sort of
for
stuff.
sure.
I feel like the only real true purpose, if you lack of it, is just learning how to communicate with people.
Okay.
That's it. As
Yes.
far as learning, getting degrees, using it in a way to earn more income in your business, I think there really isn't anything really powerful there. I think the technology of the school, I think the education of school
Yeah.
doesn't really get you anywhere.
Okay.
I went to college. I went to Mount Sac. I went to Cal State Fullerton.
Yes.
It did absolutely nothing for me,
100%.
besides maybe articulate a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe
Now
I know
that-
how to conversate a little bit better than some people that
Okay.
didn't go to college. However, I could have learned it somewhere else just
That's
being
what I
in
was
the
just
field.
about to say. Couldn't
So
you
my
learn that
so
somewhere
so
else?
my answer is I think it doesn't have purpose. I think you'll get yourself deeper in problems financially.
Yeah.
Not to mention you lose a lot of time.
Exactly.
I've lost, I would say, 4 or 5 years of my life from I went to college when I was 17. From 17 to 22,
Yeah.
I just went to college thinking that was the thing.
Exactly.
I come from a different generation as well. So in that time, that was the thing to do. You go to
Exactly.
college, you prove to your parents you're amazing.
Yes.
You get your degree, and you're like, well, I got my degree.
Yeah.
Now I got to go make money when I'm 25 years old. Where, like you said, the 17-year-old today is making millions,
Yeah.
no degree, probably didn't graduate high school. Bobby
He didn't-
Castro
he
didn't even
He
graduate.
dropped out.
Oh my
He dropped
God.
out of high school, guys.
We
Isn't
love
that
That's
you.
what
crazy?
I'm saying,
We
and that's
love you.
that's crazy. So the answer is, I would think that unless there's a real, unless you're trying to be a doctor,
Yeah.
there's certain things that you have to go
100%,
for it.
yeah, 100%.
But unless you're trying to be a doctor or some kind of surgeon where you have that requirement,
Yeah.
if you're wanting to get in business, find somebody that's doing it. Follow that practice until you can overcome it.
Yeah. These business degree professors out there.
Yeah.
You know, why are we listening to these people in the first place?
Oh
Like
my
they're
God,
teaching the
right?
same thing for 40 years.
Right.
You know, you have the chance to listen to people like us, but then you choose to pay a guy $100,000
Right.
to listen to a history professor or economics professor
Right.
that's been driving a Honda Civic for 40 years
know?
and promises you that economies of scale and these economics
Right.
books are going to
Yep.
be the way to your financial
Right,
future.
right.
No.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I had this guy, I think his name is Mr. Cantu from a high school. I failed economics, by the way, boys.
Yeah.
I failed. I got a D.
Did you go to college?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
did not. I do not subscribe to college, and I don't want to. And I did take that risk, and I did have that conversation with my parents.
Yes.
I'm Middle Eastern guys, and you know
Yes.
these guys.
Oh, yeah.
My dad was not okay with it.
Right.
I told him, listen,
Right.
give me that chance. College is not going anywhere. It's going to
Mhm.
be here for 100 years. It's been around for the last 100, right?
Yes.
It's not going nowhere.
Right.
Give me that chance, father, mother.
Mhm.
I'm going to show you what I can do. If I don't, I'm going back to college. I'll become a doctor. Don't worry. I'll do what you want me to do.
Right.
Give me that chance, though.
Yes.
And I've been so blessed to have them actually support it a little bit.
Mhm.
It was tough, right? They're like, Ish, you're a smart dude. I got a 5.0 GPA in high school,
Mhm.
guys.
Mhm.
5.0 GPA.
That's amazing.
I was a smart individual. I failed economics. That's the one thing I failed, though, is economics. But I did have a 5.0 GPA when I did graduate. I did have the transcripts if you guys want to see. But long story short, what I'm trying to say with all this is that I didn't need it.
Yes.
I didn't need it to go out there and become a business owner,
mhm.
business individual. I had to learn from, actually going out there and executing on the
course.
information,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
executing on things, you know, figuring out, like I said before, when I had that mental breakdown in my room, February 2nd, you know, I needed to figure out what was working in the world and then utilize that.
Right.
No mentor came in and grabbed my hand. Mr. Beast did not hand me $1 million. I promise you.
That's true.
You know,
Like you needed to have that mental breakdown.
I needed to have that breakthrough
Yeah.
so I can reinvent
Breakthrough.
myself, right?
I love that.
We have to
breakthrough.
reinvent ourselves.
Yes.
I was born twice in this world.
Mhm.
That night I was born the second time. The first time it was in 1999. The second time was that night. And that was the second time I opened my eyes for the real world.
Love
and
that.
never looked back since. It's always been up. It's always been open.
Wow.
It's never going to be closing.
You had your
You know, I love that concept. If a lot of you guys that can consider the fact, if you're in a really bad spot right now and you feel like you're stuck, I love how you just said, you know, Ish the CEO just said you can be reborn just by being in that breakthrough, and you
But
could do
you're
something
the
to change
secret.
it.
You're the secret. Like you go have your breakthrough too. And if it means being in a room crying for 2 hours to figure it out, have that breakthrough.
So
it's not
true.
a breakdown. He just corrected me. It's a
Mhm.
breakthrough.
Yes.
Like have your breakthrough. You know, we've had
Exactly.
ours, and you know, even going back to, you know, I also did not go to college,
Yes.
and you know, you learn in the real world, you know, how to be a real person and real social skills. And like I said, not going to college
Yeah.
and closing transactions and making $70,000 checks in less than 30 days. In 21 days, I made that
Exactly.
check,
Wow.
$70,000. And no, I did not go to college. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm not like saying college is. I don't want to be the person that say college is bad, because I do
Yes.
agree with Eli. I think some people do need to go if you're going for a specialty, like a
Exactly.
doctor or whatever. So I agree with you guys.
100%.
But besides that, to me, you know, we didn't send our daughter to college, and we gave her the option to go to college,
Uh-huh.
but we let her know, if are you going for a specialty? What are you going for?
Yeah.
She didn't know what she wanted to do. She wants to be in business, so we're like, okay,
There you go.
let's start your
And we
business.
plugged her
but
in
you don't
business.
need
There you
college.
go.
And so she chose not to go to college.
My kid's not going
You
to
know?
college. I
So there
already
you
made the
go.
decision
Yeah.
before
Right?
they're ever even born.
Yeah.
They're not going to
Right.
college. They're going to start an agency the day.
There you go.
The day they
There you go.
get the
And we were a little lost. We thought
Yeah.
she needed to go to college
Yeah.
for some years back, but when you start pivoting and changing your mindset and changing yourself, then you start seeing, and you have kids.
Absolutely.
You're like, oh wait.
No, if you
let me
have
pump
the
brakes.
knowledge to, you know, help other people, why not help your own family and
Oh
help
my
your own
God, so
daughter,
true.
right?
Yes,
Like if you can teach someone better than what old professor at a freaking college can teach,
Right.
then at that point come in, learn
Yes.
from dad. You know,
Exactly.
that's just the game you want to
Yes,
play.
yes.
My son, my daughter, they're not going to college. You know, as soon as they're learning how to freaking read and write and, you know, crunch numbers,
Mhm.
they're getting started with their own agencies.
Definitely.
I'm going to hire them a team,
Yes.
and they're going to come in and micromanage agencies.
Yeah.
And they're going to come in, they're going to work really hard. I'm not going to give them anything, too. I'm a very firm believer of not really awarding your sons and daughters too early in life.
Yeah.
You have to have them work.
Yeah.
My father and my mother, I mean, they weren't in the most successful situation. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They lost a lot. They made a lot of money, but they lost everything.
Makes
And
sense.
it was a very traumatic experience for them because they had their divorce and they lost everything, and then, you know, financial troubles turns into divorce. 99% of divorces are due to financial situations. But at that point, you know, they had that problem. And, you know, me being an individual right now, I can help people now, right? My dad, my mom, they didn't know how to help me. They didn't, right? I had to go out there and find it out for myself, and they didn't give me anything. They didn't give me a silver spoon to eat out of. They lost everything before I was like 5.
Wow.
I didn't know what wealth meant.
Wow.
I didn't know anything. They couldn't help me, right?
Wow, powerful.
So I didn't expect, or I didn't do anything. I didn't get anything from them. And a lot of. Don't get me wrong. If you're a millionaire, you know, take care of your family, make them eat good, but don't give them a
course.
silver spoon,
Yeah.
buy them a Lamborghini for their 16th birthday or anything like that. I'm
Makes so
not
much
going
sense.
to do that. They're
Yes.
going to go out there. They're going to hustle,
Exactly.
eat dirt for
Yes.
5 years,
You know?
and get that life.
Yes.
That's
know?
a really
I
good
agree with that.
concept. And you know what? I know we have to end our podcast real soon, so
Yes.
just wanted to really thank you for being here with us. Honestly, us as Eli Mike and Ish the CEO. If
Yeah,
anybody
man.
wants to find you, obviously people know how to find us. Eli and Mike, we're on Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah,
and so forth.
100%. You know,
How do people get in
Ish the
touch with you?
CEO on Instagram and TikTok, guys. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to give you guys the truth, right? I'd rather be I'd rather be truthful than sit here and lie to you guys. I hope you guys got an idea of how this world works on this podcast. I'm not here. Eli and Mike aren't here to just sit around and talk to us, or talk to this world, and talk to these cameras. We're here to impact people.
Yes.
That's
These
right.
guys are hyper successful people. That's the only reason I'm sitting here in the first place
Right.
on their show. They know things that the world doesn't know. And it is disrespectful to yourself, your family, for not understanding or listening to what they had to say on this podcast today. Okay? So go out there, listen to these guys, follow what they're doing, follow into their footsteps, listen to them, consume this information, and not only consume it, but execute on it as well. And the rest is history, guys. Come on. You're only on this earth for 5,000 years on this earth. The first 1,000 you're becoming an adult. The last 1,000 you're dying as an adult. You only have 3,000 weeks on this earth to become the best version of yourself.
True.
Build a business, build a career, start a family, have fun, enjoy. 3,000 weeks. That's it. Okay. So let that be the last thing we talk about. Thank you guys so much for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate it, guys. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Bye,
Thank you guys
guys.
so much. Okay.
Bye.
Peace. See you later.